Hello, my dear English learners. Welcome back to Enjoy English Stories. I am so happy that you are here today to improve your English. Today, we are going to travel to the coldest part of the world to find a very warm and inspiring story. As always, we are going to practice the shadowing technique. This is a special method where you train your brain to speak English naturally. Remember the rules. Listen to my voice and repeat the words immediately after me. Do not wait for me to finish the sentence. Try to match my speed, my rhythm, and the emotion in my voice. This will help you improve your pronunciation and your listening skills at the same time. Today's story is about a girl named Elena. She is a brave young woman who lives in a land of ice and snow. She goes on a dangerous journey to find something beautiful. This story is full of useful words about nature, the weather, emotions, and photography. Are you ready to practice? Take a deep breath, focus on the sounds, and let's begin our journey into the north. My name is Elena. I am 27 years old. I live in a small, quiet town in the north of Norway. My town is very special because it is located far above the Arctic Circle. In my town, the winter is very long, very white, and very dark. For many months of the year, the sun does not rise at all. We live in a beautiful, quiet world of deep blue shadows and bright white snow. I work as a nature photographer. I love my job more than anything. I spend my days capturing the beauty of the frozen world. My camera is not just a tool, it is my best friend. It allows me to see the world in a different way. It allows me to find beauty in places where other people only see cold and darkness. While other people are sleeping in their warm beds, I am often outside. I stand in the middle of frozen forests or on the edges of icy cliffs. I am always looking for the perfect light. I want to show the world that the dark winter is not scary. It is not something to be afraid of. The winter is magical, and it has many secrets. But for a long time, I have had a big problem. I have a dream that I cannot catch. For 3 years, I have been trying to take a photograph of the Great Aurora. In Norway, we see the northern lights often. They are usually green lines that dance in the sky. But the Great Aurora is different. It is a very rare event. It only happens once every 10 years when the energy from the sun is very strong. The Great Aurora is not just green. It is a symphony of colors. It is deep purple, bright red, and shimmering gold. My grandmother used to tell me stories about it when I was a little girl. She told me that the Great Aurora is alive. She said that when it appears, the sky does not just dance, it sings. She told me that if you are very quiet, you can hear a song coming from the stars. I want to hear that song. I want to catch that magical light with my camera and share it with everyone. One Monday morning in January, I wake up and look at the weather report on my computer. My heart starts to jump with excitement. The solar winds are incredibly strong today. The atmosphere is perfect. The sky over Norway will be clear and black. Tonight is the night. The Great Aurora is finally coming. But there is a big catch. I cannot see the Great Aurora from my town. There are too many streetlights and too much clouds in the valley. The best place to see it, the only place, is at the very top of Crystal Mountain. Crystal Mountain is a giant of stone and ice. It is very far away. To get there, I must drive for 3 hours through a dark forest. Then, I must hike for 2 hours up a very steep path through deep, fresh snow. It is a dangerous journey, especially at night. The temperature is 20 degrees below zero. I sit at my kitchen table and drink a cup of coffee. I am a little bit afraid. I think about the wind. I think about the cold. But then I look at my camera. I remember my grandmother's stories. I decide to go. I cannot miss this chance. I might have to wait another 10 years if I stay home today. I begin to prepare. Preparation is the most important part of an adventure. I pack my heavy backpack with great care. I put in 4 extra batteries for my camera, because the cold drains batteries very fast. I pack my heavy metal tripod. I put in a large thermos of hot chocolate and some chocolate bars for energy. Most importantly, I choose my clothes. I put on 3 layers of wool. I put on my warmest, thickest wool socks. I put on my heavy boots and my waterproof coat. I feel very heavy, but I know I will be warm. I start my old Jeep. The engine makes a loud noise in the quiet morning. I drive away from my town. I leave the warm lights behind. I drive through the forest. The trees are covered in thick ice. In the light of my Jeep, they look like giant white ghosts standing in the dark. The road is very slippery. I have to drive slowly and carefully. If I slide off the road, there is no one to help me. I am completely alone. When I finally reach the base of Crystal Mountain, it is already 6 o'clock in the evening. The sun is gone. The sky is a dark, velvet blue. I put on my snowshoes and grab my walking sticks. I start to climb. The silence on the mountain is incredible. It is a heavy silence. I can only hear the sound of my own breathing. I hear the crunch 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 of my snowshoes in the deep snow. Every step is difficult. The snow is very soft, and my backpack is very heavy. My heart is beating fast in my chest. I look up at the mountain. It looks so big, and I feel very small. I feel like a tiny ant in a giant, white world. After 1 hour of climbing, the wind starts to blow. It is a very cold, sharp wind. It feels like tiny needles hitting my face. I'm starting to feel very tired. My legs feel like they are made of lead. I want to stop. I want to sit down in the snow and close my eyes. I want to go back to my warm house and sit by the fire. No, Elena, I whisper to myself. My voice sounds strange in the wind. You are almost there. Don't stop now. Think of the light. Think of the song. I keep moving. I focus on my steps. 1, 2. 1, 2. Finally, after 2 long hours, I reach the flat top of the mountain. I am completely exhausted. I fall to my knees in the snow. I'm breathing hard. But when I look up, I forget all my tiredness. The sky is magnificent. Because I am so high up, the air is perfectly clear. There are millions and millions of stars. They are so bright and so close that they look like diamonds sitting on black silk. The Milky Way is a river of white light across the sky. I have never seen anything so beautiful. I move quickly. I set up my tripod in the snow. I check my camera settings. I choose a long exposure. My fingers are starting to freeze. They are red and numb, but I don't care. I am ready. And then, I wait. 1 hour passes. The wind stops. The mountain becomes perfectly still. The only sound is the blood pumping in my ears. 2 hours pass. The sky is still black. There is no green light. There is no purple light. I drink my hot chocolate, but it is now cold and has pieces of ice in it. I start to feel a little bit sad. I think that maybe the weather report was wrong. Maybe the great aurora is not coming tonight. Maybe I climbed this mountain for nothing. I look down at my frozen boots. I feel like a failure. Then, I hear it. At first, I think it is the wind. But it is not the wind. It is a very soft, high sound. It sounds like a silver whistle or a distant bell ringing in the stars. It is a sound that I feel in my bones. I look up. A tiny, thin line of neon green light appears in the north. Then, it starts to grow. It stretches across the sky like a giant bridge. The light starts to dance. It moves faster and faster. Suddenly, the whole sky explodes. It is not just green anymore. Huge curtains of deep purple and bright red fall from the stars. Waves of shimmering gold move over my head. The lights are moving like silk curtains in a strong wind. They are pulsing like a giant heart. I start to take pictures. Click. 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 I am working fast. I want to capture every movement. I want to capture every color. My heart is full of joy. I want to scream with happiness. I want to cry. But then, something strange happens. I look at the small screen on my camera. The pictures are good. They are beautiful. But they are not the great aurora. The camera can see the colors, but it cannot see the magic. It cannot see the way the light makes the snow glow. It cannot hear the song. I realize something important. I realize that some things in this world are too beautiful for a photograph. Some moments are too special to be captured by a machine. I stop. I put my camera down in the snow. I turn off the power. I stand there in the middle of the great aurora. I close my eyes and I just listen. The light is singing. It is a low, humming sound, like 1,000 voices singing far away. It is the sound of the universe. It feels like the stars are talking to me. It feels like the mountain is breathing. I stay on the mountain for a long time. I stay until my legs are numb. I stay until the colors start to fade into a soft gray. When the sky is finally quiet again, I pack my things. I walk back down the mountain. The descent is easier, but I feel like a completely different person. I am no longer just a photographer looking for a good picture. I am a witness to a miracle. I feel a deep peace in my soul. I feel connected to the earth and the sky. I go home and I write about my journey. I share the story on my blog. I share the pictures of the stars and the green lights. Thousands of people from all over the world read my words. They send me messages. They tell me that my story made them feel brave. They tell me that they want to find their own great aurora. Now, I have a big gallery in the city. Many people come to see my pictures of the snow, the frozen forests, and the stars. I am a successful photographer now. But I never show the picture of the great aurora. In fact, I never took that picture. That memory is my own secret treasure. It lives in my heart, not on a piece of paper. I am Elena, and I learned a very important lesson on that mountain. I learned that sometimes you have to walk through the darkest, coldest night to find the most beautiful light. Never be afraid of the dark. Never be afraid of the cold. The world is full of music and magic, if you are brave enough to go and find it. What an amazing and beautiful adventure. Elena is a very brave woman, isn't she? She showed us that the most important things in life are the memories we keep in our hearts. Now, it is your turn to be brave with your English. How was your shadowing practice today? Did you manage to match my speed? Go back to the beginning of Elena's story. Use the shadowing technique to repeat every sentence again. Pay close attention to the descriptive words like magnificent, exhausted, and shimmering. If you practice every day, your English will become as bright and clear as the northern lights. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to enjoy English stories for more magical adventures. Thank you for practicing with me today. Keep up the great work, and I will see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.